Hello, everybody. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. We are covering the Nolan Wells case pertaining to trauma, grief, and loss. What is the trauma? The event is what happened to Nolan Wells. He is no longer here with us. He has been unalive, and the grief is his family is grieving. Even though there hasn't been complete transparency coming from Mississippi, Nolan Wells' loved ones are grieving. The Black community is grieving. The loss in this equation is Nolan Wells. Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. Hello, Reverend Dr. JC. How are you? Excuse me, how are you doing, King? Hold on. Ooh, I was eating earlier. Sorry about that. My food must be still in my throat or something. Whew. But I had went live earlier on my other channel. I took a break and been nibbling on stuff, trying to hurry up and eat something right quick and come back and go live on this channel. So I guess my food wasn't completely down my throat yet or something is going on. But yes, we're talking about Nolan Wells. There's been some new discovery. There's going to be more we're going to discuss that has to pertain to being Crump. Emmett Till's Day is now going to be officially July 25th, which is what today is, July 25th. So today is Emmett Till's Day that has been signed in already. I'll play a snippet of that. We're going to have Nancy Grace say a couple of things. We're going to even hear something from Secret Service Sam. As you all come in, please hit that like button for me. It costs you absolutely nothing to hit the like button. Nothing. Hit the like button. Help me build my channel. Subscribe to my channel. You won't regret it. Go ahead and just subscribe, okay? There's going to be several different audio I'm going to let you listen to that's pertaining to Nancy Grace, the great Nancy Grace. She has done amazing things. She's good at uncovering things, and she doesn't care what race you are. If you her race, oh well, she's going to put you out there and put you on blast. We're going to hear something from a Mississippi representative, and he says that Mississippi has botched this Nolan Wells investigation. Yes, they have. I don't care anything about what the DA has come out and say. This Black representative is stating the truth. They have botched this investigation. And in my opinion, I think they're doing it on purpose. I have something to read to you all from an article about Nolan. And that is from The Cut, so I will read that. And then Dr. Mitch, we're going to hear what he has to say about the second autopsy. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's open it up with listening to Dr. Mitch about the second autopsy, which was done by him, and how Mississippi did not send all the remains to him. But we're going to listen to him. He did the second autopsy.
We interviewed the doctor who did Nolan Wells' second autopsy in 2023. Check out the footage from the interview.
Oh, I didn't find that. Yes, it's consistent with what they're telling you. No, it's not consistent with what they're telling you. We don't get full reports until that first autopsy report comes because there's some limitations with a second autopsy, as you can imagine. Right. Yeah. So we're very transparent, very objective. And the majority of cases that I've done at Know Your Rights are what they said they were, right? Are what initially they thought it was going to be. And there's some that haven't been. My mom got a diagnosis not too long ago of multiple myeloma. She got a diagnosis of multiple myeloma. And she said, I got a diagnosis. I trust my oncologist. I trust my primary care provider. But Roger, I want a second opinion. Mm-hmm. They went to the second opinion. We did all the tests. Turned out it wasn't multiple myeloma, right? It was an inflammation that resolved itself.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a really
that's a big deal.
My grandmother passed away from that.
Do you understand? That's a serious diagnosis. We thought this was what we were going to be dealing with. At second opinion, it wasn't. So imagine if you're a family member and they said that your loved one died from sickle cell trait. Right? There was a big news story in the New York Times that won a Pulitzer that I was quoted in that talked about sickle cell trait causing sudden death. Imagine your family says your loved one died from sickle cell trait. You're like, what? They died from sickle cell trait. They're in prison, they're in jail. And then that loved one goes to and gets a second examination, and there's bruises and fractures and a bleed in the head and grip marks all over them. It's not sickle cell trait that they died from. Right. They died from that altercation with law enforcement. Right. That's the type of second opinion that forensic medicine should be providing, just like any other type of medicine.
As Dr. Mitchell articulates in the video, usually the investigatory process is a collaborative one, particularly when you are trying to resolve what happened to a victim. We heard during Attorney Crump's press conference yesterday that Nolan Wells' body was badly decomposed. This is why collaboration, cooperation, and transparency are critical to give the victim's family peace of mind. That also makes this news particularly troubling. Nolan Wells' autopsy report to be withheld until grand jury review, district attorney says. That raises a red flag to me for a number of reasons as an attorney. One of the reasons it raises a flag for me is because it seems to indicate that there is not going to be a willingness to provide any of the medical examiner's information or information from the state to the independent autopsy. That's an important consideration because the independent autopsy could then rely upon the notes made by the medical examiner who had Nolan's body in a better preserved condition to be able to fully understand the state that Nolan was in at the time that he arrived on July 6th to the first medical examiner, and potentially some of the things that were and were not done during the course of that examination. And the second thing that caught my attention is the grand jury mention, because that means that investigation is trying to determine what the probable causes is to determine whether or not a crime was committed. We interviewed the doctor who did Nolan Wells' second autopsy.
So we're going to go back and listen to the DA from Mississippi because he brought up the DA. So now we're going to go back and listen to what she had to say, which I don't care for her because, hey, the devil's a liar. So let's see what this woman has to say. And a lie doesn't care who tell it. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where did it go? Hold on, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hold on.
As District Attorney for the 19th Circuit Court District of Mississippi, I want to talk directly to the people of Jackson County. Our community is grieving the tremendous loss of Nolan Wells, who is loved and treasured by everyone. Nolan's family deserves answers, and our community deserves answers. Every death in the county, except those of natural causes and non-criminal car wrecks, are presented to your grand jury. Many people don't know that. We have handled death investigations in this manner my entire career. Nolan's case is being handled the same way, with the same care and the same commitment to the truth that we handle all death investigations. I understand the public's urgency to know what happened to Nolan, but we are not taking time for time's sake. We are taking the time required to complete the work this investigation demands. Since Nolan was reported missing, local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies have worked around the clock investigating what happened to him. Every piece of evidence must be examined.
Now, I'm going to tell you why I disagree with this lady. She said they have been working around the clock for Nolan Wells. Well, your sheriff said out of his mouth before an autopsy had even been done to Nolan Wells that there was no foul play. So this DA is full of it. She knows what is being said, but they want us to let them slow pace it because there's more cover-up time for the people who unalive Nolan Wells. So do I care to continue playing this? Listen to the DA? I will if y'all want me to, but I don't even care to listen to it anymore because that's when they playing in our face and they think black people are dumb. But I'm going to play some more of it. I don't care for this district attorney, Angela Myers, McLaurth, or Clark, whatever her name is, because you've been releasing stuff when something happened, but that's when it's for white people. When it comes to black people, you could care less. Mississippi don't care about black people. Hold on.
Every witness interview must be analyzed in context of all other evidence. The pressure for answers does not change what the work requires. Our responsibility to Nolan and our community is to complete this investigation thoroughly, carefully, without compromise, supported by the evidence and worthy of the confidence.
So the word she just used, carefully without compromise. If it was carefully without compromise, can you explain to us why your medical examiner did not send Nolan Wells' throat to the second autopsy examiner, Dr. Mitchell? There's a cover-up. They can play in our face all they want. There is a cover-up. Hello, King Allen. How you doing? King Allen said, my stepdad used to be the assistant DA in Jackson County. He also said no alcohol involved. Well, No alcohol was involved. Alan, I have to disagree with that because alcohol, they had alcohol out there at Horn Island. So alcohol was involved. And even some of the young people that was out there are coming out saying that they had alcohol. So alcohol was involved. Oh, the sheriff said that, okay, baby, I apologize to you, King Allen. Yeah, the sheriff lied. And then the thing is they're underage. So who bought them the alcohol? It had to be somebody that's over 21 purchased the alcohol, because if a store sold them alcohol, the stores are in trouble too, whoever sold it to them. But I think one of the parents gave it to them. That's just my opinion. I've been young. I hung out with a lot of people because I was a cheerleader. So I hung out with a lot of my Caucasian friends, even with black people, children. Somebody that's an adult sometimes go out and purchase the alcohol and give it to them. We know, we're not dumb. We know how it go. We was young. I drank alcohol one time, made me sick. I ain't want to drink it again. I did it on my 21st birthday when I turned 21. I bet you I ain't want it no more, because once I get sick from something, I don't want it no more. I don't drink. I don't drink because it ages you too, but I don't drink because it made me sick from that one time. I haven't drunk alcohol since. One moment, please. I'm no angel, but I don't like getting sick. Now we're going to listen to, because now it is officially Emmett Till's day. Emmett Till is someone that Mississippi mistreated as well. They mistreated his body. Emmett Till was unalived by white men. Those white men never did a day in prison for what they did to Emmett Till. Take a listen to this.
I feel good about today and see it happen, and the powers that be, and how God is bringing it to fruition,
Emmett Till's cousin and best friend, the Reverend Wheeler Parker, stood next to J.B. Pritzker as the governor, marked July 25th.
Pritzker is an excellent governor, a good man.
Emmett Till Day throughout the state of Illinois.
Mamie Till Mobley said, "Let the people see what they did to my boy." And today, Illinois is answering the call one more time. By signing this legislation, we ensure that the lives of Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley will not be forgotten.
The signing was held at Roberts Temple in Bronzeville, where back in 1955, Till's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, made the decision to hold an open casket service so the world could witness the brutality of her 14-year-old son's lynching during a visit to Mississippi.
all I know that there was a lot of commotion and people were upset.
Reverend Parker was just 16 years old at the time and saw Emmett right before he was kidnapped and murdered.
Every time I saw his mother, I felt like I had a survivor's guilt. What does she think? I came back and he didn't come back.
The governor and others used this moment to remind everyone that Emmett Till's story and his mother's fight for justice and equality should always be remembered.
We understand here in Illinois that we cannot build a more just future if we are unwilling to confront the injustices that have been committed in our past.
I wish that he was here, but he accomplished more in death than he did if he lived.
Now, this coming Saturday, Emmett Till Day in Illinois will mark the 3-year anniversary when then President Joe Biden created the Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley National Monument. Roberts Temple is the designated site of that monument. Marion and Alex.
It's been quite a fight for them just to keep the story alive, and for so many years, no one talked about it. And Rich Samuels is one of the first people, formerly of NBC5, who brought the story back to the public's awareness. And here we are today.
Yes, we are. And Reverend Park even brought Rich Samuels up.
He always does. He always does. Thank you so much, Christian. We appreciate it. We also invite you to learn more about the story of Emmett Till by streaming our documentary series, The Lost Story of Emmett Till, the last version being Then and Now. It's on our website, NBCChicago.com.
I feel good.
Emmett Till Day, July the 25th. It is official. July the 25th, Emmett Till's Day. So we're going to listen to the great Nancy Grace. I really, really love this woman. I have been a fan of Nancy Grace since I was probably like 20, 21 years old. Nancy Grace started out as an attorney. I think she was a judge as well. She's such an amazing woman. She fight for everybody, right? She doesn't care if you black, brown, white. She will fight for your rights. And if you've effing up, she gonna let you know you effed up. And that's what I love about Nancy Grace. So let's see what Nancy Grace is talking about.
I feel good.
Where's the throat? I know we have deep red markings on the occipital bone that's in the back of the. Thank you. This is directly from the autopsy. We want you to see what the family has seen. Don't you think, Joe Scott Morgan, that the second medical examiner might need the throat to figure out what happened?
Let me tell you where the neck is. It's, or the organs of the neck, as it's referred to. These neck structures are actually being held by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office, and they don't just arbitrarily hold things like this, Nancy. This is something that would commonly go with the body when the body is released. So I deduce the fact that they have seen something there that they're trying to hold on to from an evidentiary value. Remember, the state still has an ongoing investigation in this case, and they see evidentiary value in this. But the problem is that when you get into these structures in the neck, one of the things you're trying to assess is, was this a drowning? Also, is there any kind of trauma? If people will just put their hands right here in the midline of your neck, you'll feel that kind of cartilaginous body there. That's cartilage, right? That can be fractured. Need I remind you, Epstein, right? So you have to examine this. Also, here's our word, Nancy. They're talking about the hyoid is missing as well. So they don't have
Show
that.
me Joe Scott Morgan, because you and I, hyoid, we know what it is because you and I have handled a ton of asphyxiation, ligature, manuals, strangulations, you name it. Hyoid, explain. So delicate.
Yes. Yeah, and it's very, very far up the neck, Nancy. And one of the things that happens is that with the hyoid, it's generally only traumatized as a result of direct pressure that's generally applied by a throttling event or a C-clamp like this, throttling meaning like this, so manual strangulation. And an outlier here is ligature strangulation, but primarily hands-on. So they're looking for little fractures in here all along the way. So that has to be dissected, along with these other, there's a couple of other structures that you look at as well.
Where's the throat?
Let me tell you something. Nancy Grace puts the fear of God in you. She will make you want to do the right things in life. And I'm going to tell y'all something. This is the truth about me. When I was in school, I had to have those kind of teachers that put the fear in God in you. I had a teacher named Miss Woodruff because I was bad as you know what, and I was in elementary school. She put the fear of God in me. So once I got off, when I was going to college, I went to Spartanburg Tech, which is now Spartanburg Community College in my hometown. I had Miss Trammell, Caucasian woman. She puts the fear of God in you, make you want to do right, make you want to learn and do your work and graduate. That's what I needed. I had to have discipline in my life, even in college. So Nancy Grace remind me of that. She will put the fear of God in you. So I wish she can go talk to those young men that I feel unalive Nolan Wells. She will make them talk. Nancy Grace don't play. And a lot of people are saying, hold on, y'all, my allergies bother me. I turned the air off, so that could be the problem too. But the air conditioner was making my nose run. But I wish she can go talk to those young men. Hold on. I honestly wish that Nancy Grace could go talk to those young men and put the fear of God in them. All she got to do is look at you. Some people have that kind of power. Just look at you and make you want to do right. See, I hope this doesn't offend anyone, but a lot of privileged white people, like those young men, they have gotten away with so much. Nobody's put the fear of God in them, apparently, because when somebody put the fear of God in you, you're too scared to do some of the things that they have done. You're too scared to do underage drinking. Because my daddy was like that. He would put the fear of God in me, but I was so bad as a young girl. It takes a lot to put the fear of God in people, even though he put the fear of God in me. But I had Miss Woodruff, that was my 4th grade teacher. She definitely put the fear of God in me. Nancy Grace is one of those people. Let me read some of your comments. Alan says, one would expect to see potential I don't know what that is. Hormonage. I don't, honey, Alan, you speaking them big words on your girl. And strangulation, do we know if he had that? We don't know that quite yet because in the independent autopsy, they didn't receive his neck. So it's inconclusive. So we don't know. Maybe, Alan, because you live there, maybe you can find out something from Miss Turner, the medical examiner that did the autopsy that we have no idea about it yet. But Harvey from TMZ had information about the autopsy that Mississippi have had done. And then for the DA to say they're not going to be releasing anything, well, how did Harvey from TMZ get certain information from the autopsy that y'all said y'all have not completed, Mississippi? See, that's what I'm talking about. Playing in our face. The black community is tired of the BS. One moment, please. Let's see what else I got from Nancy Grace. Did I play this already? Yeah, I played it already. Hold on, you guys. Another person I really like and I admire his work is Secret Service Sam. Tatum is not helping Warren. So he's going to speak on this situation. Secret Service Sam will. Well, you know, Tatum interviewed Warren. Warren didn't realize he set a trap for himself. Running his D-suckers has really set a trap for himself, and he didn't show any emotion. And to keep letting it come out of his mouth that Nolan was his best friend, you didn't attend the funeral, you didn't do a rest in peace, Nolan. You didn't even shed a tear, and you went back to where he was unalive, Horn Allen. That would have ate me up. If one of my friends were unalived, no longer with us on God's green earth, I would have cried just going there to visit where it happened, where the body was found. Absolutely no emotions. That's a sign of a serial killer, if you ask me. One moment, please. Secret Service Sam coming up.
Directly from the autopsy.
What happened to Secret Service Sam video? Hold on, y'all. That's weird, because I played it on my other live, because I went live on my other channel. Well, anyway, we're going to go on to a brother from another mother. I love this guy right here. Hold on. He's a brother from another mother. He is my brother in Christ. Hold on. Let it open up, everybody. I'm a little drowsy because I took some medication too.
If it clucks like a chicken, it's a chicken. And if it clucks like the Klan, then it's the Klan. Because it's not just Sheriff John Ledbetter who said that they're not going to work on the family's timetable and they're going to do a thorough investigation that seems to be yielding no results. Or Dr. Stacey Turner, the state medical examiner from Mississippi, the chief examiner, wants to remove parts of Nolan Wells, God rest his soul, his trachea and his larynx or organs in his body before they ship his body off to D.C. for an independent autopsy. Or Judge Ashley Cole with the Mississippi state flag in the background, the OG one that gave homage to the Confederate flag. Yeah, that one. Yeah, she wants to say in advance her son is innocent, but she's adjudicating nothing. And I just have so many questions, but then I remember what happened to the Klan. The Klan are your doctors, your lawyers, and your judges, your sheriff, your police commissioner, all of these things. That is where the Klan went. It didn't go away. It didn't vanish and disappear. They're still in society, and they hide their face like clowns behind masks and robes. Sweetheart, they hide them behind badges. They hide them behind the stethoscope. They hide them behind the gavel in a courtroom.
I'm gonna piggyback on what he just said. I like him. I like redheads. As he stated, the KKK is your judges, your doctors, your lawyers, anybody in these high places that are Caucasian. Not all. He's not saying all, just speaking in general. So don't get your panties in a bundle. Don't do it. It's going to get irritated, get a rash back there. But anyway, he's right. For example, when the black pregnant women go to the hospital, they're in pain, the white nurses and doctors will tell them, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, go home. Then they end up miscarrying. Sometimes they even end up unalive, the black women. Okay. The judge. Well, more than likely when it's a Caucasian judge, not all, because you have some that have amazing, beautiful hearts. They usually give the black person more time than what they would give the Caucasian man. For example, Carmelo Anthony, attorney, worked against him. He's a Caucasian man. He worked against him. He did not really help Carmelo Anthony. The whole time he was working against, because he went and talked to the prosecutor without letting the family know, and he made certain little side deals with the prosecutor that's working against the black man. Who was black? Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony got railroaded by the white system, the white judge, his white attorney, the white prosecutors. KKK, in my opinion. Moving along.
Thank you. This is Doc. Can you tell me
More for Nancy Grace.
about claims
Take a listen.
that his body was sent to the second autopsy, the independent autopsy, face down?
There seems to be a lot of questions about how Nolan's body was received, found, sent. If he was sent face down, that also doesn't make sense to me for the claim that it would be blood pooling in the back of his head, because if he's face down, wouldn't blood pool just by nature of gravity this way if he was found face down? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But as I was listening to you and Joseph Scott Morgan talk, I mean, I don't know the terrain here, but if they're keeping the throat for a potential throttling, and you see this mark on the back of the head, if you're thinking in terms of someone's head pressed up against it, if there's something behind my head and you're pressing me this way, but by not knowing the manner or cause of death, we're kind of jumping to a conclusion there. So it just seems like every single layer there are more questions than answers, and
Definitely.
the mark on the back of the head.
More questions than
not seeing
answers.
In the autopsy report that there were really marks or signs of trauma anywhere.
When this queen just said there's more questions than answers, we can't help but be left in that situation, that position of the way we're thinking, and assume things because Mississippi hasn't given us anything. They don't even care to give us anything. The DA is saying that, you know, we slow pacing it because, and we're not going to put it thing out till after we spoke with the grand jury. In a lot of cases pertaining to white folks, they have put out things without going to the grand jury. Mississippi has. So stop peeing on our leg and telling us it's raining. Stop insulting our intelligence, because Americans are pretty smart. We notice how this goes. We know how it goes. We know what y'all have done previously when it came to your own race, the white race. There's a cover-up happening in Mississippi, and they're playing in our face. They think black people are dumb. We're not dumb. A lot of us are educated. And you don't have to be educated to even tell there's a cover-up. You don't have to be. Let me let you all listen to the Mississippi representative. He has something to say about the botched investigation, because that's exactly what he called it, a botched investigation. Hold on.
About it thus far.
Well, the phone has been erased and the parents have had to ping it. There's been no clear investigation. I think it reeks of a cover-up. And so we want to get to the bottom of it. So I thank Attorney Crump for being involved. I thank Kaepernick family. I thank people that want to get to the justice. And now the truth is coming out slowly, but the truth is coming out. There is a pattern of deception and denial and cover-up.
You think there's a cover-up? So who are you pointing the finger at?
Well, I first start with the legal authorities. They should do a thorough investigation. That the phone was separated from the child. Body was returned to an alternate location. That the messages have been erased. That the family had to independently retrieve the phone. These are all things that the sheriff have done. And so I would like to see the law enforcement do its job and give the parents, the family, justice and closure.
You know, I spoke with Jasmine Crockett about this a few days ago, and she feels like race is definitely playing a role in this investigation, or just in this case, I should say. What do you think?
Well, if you talk about 5 or 7 young white guys and one African-American child, they're out swimming, he ends up dead, and it seems to have been a bit of a scuffle or some altercation, I'm not quite sure. And then everyone leaves their one friend behind who just happens to be black. Well, this is also, as we speak today, the anniversary, the date of Emmett Till's birth. And so I come from Chicago, and that was a Mississippi case. So history is repeating itself again.
History is repeating itself. So you're comparing the Nolan Wells case to the Emmett Till case.
Well, I'm just saying that there's a similarity, that there's a chord, there's a melody that.
It's definitely a similarity to the Emmett Till. I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. I apologize. Let me tell you something. It's raining and storming here, and that makes me rather sleepy. And I just took some sinus and allergy medicine before I came on this live, so I'm a little drowsy. Please forgive me. It does give you the ring of the Emmett Till unalivened. They slow-paced that investigation too. They never prosecuted anyone, and they knew that the men did it. Racism is real in America. It only gets worse. Just a moment, please. Let me see if this link gonna work. Okay, that link isn't working either. I don't know what it is. Some of my links are not working, you all. I was gonna read an article from The Cut about Nolan Wells, but the link is not opening. Give me a moment. The Nolan family didn't get to see their son's body when it was first found. The Cuban, the people that discovered his body, they didn't allow them to see the photos. So now they're saying they're going to show the family the photos. And the mom, Christine, says she wants to see them in person. And that's the best way to do it, Queen. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Get it done. Because anybody can email you anything. But at least with the photos in the phone will have a timestamp and date, you know. So she can see, okay, when they took the photos, exactly when the photos had been taken. So let's look at this.
Say, bro, I've been telling y'all since the day they recovered Nolan's body, they never let his parents identify his body. They DNA tested his body. They never let that mother put her eyes on her son. And he only was in the water for like 2 days, like 40 hours or something like that. They never let her see that body. And trust me, they let people see bodies that's burned, blown to pieces. Sometimes people identify you by their hand because they know how their kid hand look, or feet, and that's my kid. Or a tattoo, that's my kid. You know, have their face, that's my kid. His body only was in the water for less than 2 days. And he still didn't let that lady put her eyes on her son. That's because they know something going on, bro. They know something going on. And now the body that decayed, they didn't ship the body for the independent autopsy with the throat missing. Them people hiding something, man. Them people hiding something.
Oh, they definitely hide something. It's a cover-up. I don't care what that DA says, the DA says. It's a cover-up. I think the whole police station, the entire law there in Mississippi is involved in the cover-up. They've been this way. That's what Mississippi is. I feel sorry for you, my brother, King Allen, that you live in racist Mississippi. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I want to share with you all before we listen to something to bring us back to a more even playing ground and a safe space. Take a listen to this.
They scrambling now, huh? Is that why Warren's mama reached out to Officer Tatum, asking him to do the interview with Warren right before them autopsy results came out? I find it really convenient that the only person you want to talk to is the token man. You want to talk to the house ninja. And you did that to try to make it seem
funny.
like, oh yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with race. Let's get a BLK man to interview him. So that'll make all the other BLK people want to believe it. It ain't work. We see straight through that. And let's be real. He didn't say anything of any substance. And Officer Tatum, while you're accusing Al Sharpton and Ben Crump and everybody else making this out to be a money grab, maybe you're doing the same damn thing. Why you ain't just released the whole interview? Why do you have to chop it up into segments? You gotta feed it to us like that, so that way you can continue to make money off of the videos that you push out. You act like we don't know the game, dude. It's YouTube. We get it. We know how YouTube pays. That's neither here nor there. The interview was lame. All Warren did was talk about how good of a friend he was. And you know what's really strange is that y'all been friends since y'all was in the 8th grade. Except he's been to your house all these different times, but you ain't never been to his house. You never even met his mother, and y'all have been friends since the 8th grade. What kind of sense does that make? Why, Warren, why didn't you ever go to his house? Were you not allowed to go to his house because of his color? Is that what it was? He was your friend in private, but he couldn't be your friend in public. Because you couldn't go to his house, but he can come to yours all day long. The devil is a lie. I just say it's just my...
Well, I'm going to tell y'all something. When I was a young girl, before my father passed away, he passed when I was 12, we couldn't go spend the night at anybody's home. My best friend, Tasha, she could come to my home, which I'm going to play a recording. Y'all can get to meet her. I think I got to save it on my iPad. I hope I do. Of my best friend. She's going to tell y'all something about me. Don't judge me, okay? But anyway, she could come to my home and spend the night. My dad was trying to protect us from the demons and the spirits and the bad people, and the bad people was living in our home. No, my daddy wasn't part of the bad people, but my step male family members were. So he was busy trying to protect us, but not letting us go spend the night at our friend's home when hell was in the home. But anyway, let me find this video of my friend Tasha, and she's gonna say something about me. Don't y'all judge me, because I was just bad as a child. Bad, bad, bad. I own it. I ain't gonna come on here and lie to you. Give me a moment. I gotta find the actual video, because I don't use this iPad much. So me trying to find something on this iPad can be a little troublesome. Let's see. How do I go to? Give me a moment. I want y'all to see this so y'all can get a good laugh. I'm allowing y'all to make fun of me today. I gotta find the video. Lord have mercy. Let's see. How do I find it on this thing? Because I don't hardly use this iPad often. Where is the video, God? Hold on, y'all, because I want y'all to see this. She was my best friend. She could come spend the night with me. My daddy wouldn't let me go spend the night with her. He didn't play that. Trying to protect his children. And the whole time, my step male family members were taking advantage of us. Okay, hold on, y'all. Bear with me. I got to find the video. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Give me a moment. I got to go to the videos. Hold on. Hold on, Jeffro. Videos. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I want to give y'all a good laugh today. On my expense. At my expense, rather. Okay, where is it, God? Because I never deleted that. Okay, here it is. It's only a couple seconds, so.
You got a paddling. You hit a back. I don't remember that. You hit that lady back and you got suspended.
I remember I was so bad when I was a little kid, but I was bad because I was acting out. I'm going to play that again. I hit the principal back. I wrote about that in my book, The Purple Cinderella.
You got a paddling. You hit her back. I don't remember that. You hit that lady back and you got suspended.
I remember I was so bad when I was a little kid. Alan, you was bad too, baby. Let me see what Alan said. I was horrible. I was. I own it. I ain't going to sit here and lie to y'all. King Allen said, I was pretty bad myself. I was something terrible. Allen, I mean, this is nothing to brag, but I was so bad. And I wrote about it in my book. I was demonic. I picked up bad spirits from my male adult people that took advantage of me. I was something terrible. Terrorize boys and girls. If you bothered me, you was gonna pay the price for my pain that I couldn't explain. Alan said, yeah, but I never got a Alan. I got suspended. Alan, you got suspended too. Oh God. Let me tell you something. I used to get beat so much. I got beat at home. I got beat when I got to school by the principal. I was getting whipped so much. Alan, I trained myself not to cry. I could take some pain. I trained myself to take pain. I would get beat with plates, extension cords, 2x4. My sister tell you, I got beat with a 2x4. I got beat with well, I told you about the plate. My daddy whipped me across the butt with a plate because I was in the kitchen being sassy. I got beat with anything you can think of. I got beat with the broomstick. My stepmother, though, you know, she learned how to put her hands on me and my sister no more because I threw her tall, lanky butt to the floor and tried to. You know, do y'all remember the metal nail files they used to have back in the old days? Because we older, I'm older. And I was filing my nails. I used to have really long, pretty nails when I was younger. And which they grow long now, but when they break, I just cut them all off. By the time I break 3, I cut them all down to one size. But anyway, I took that long metal file and tried to, like a KNIFE. I use it like that on my stepmother. That ain't really funny, but y'all, she was a monster. But the monster could cook really well, and she taught me how to cook. I'm an excellent cook. But I'm glad to know, Alan, that I am not the only one that was bad in school. I love you. I knew I loved you for some reason. Lord, Alan, you're just as bad as me, baby. But I'm going to let y'all listen to something else, and we're going to get out of here. Take a listen to this. This is from my documentary, The Purple Cinderella. Let me see.
We were both going to school. I was so proud of her because she was paying out of pocket. I had a Pell Grant. I thought that was just motivation right there that I wanted to go, but she wanted to go that bad that she would pay out of her pocket. Friends. She even went as far as helping me get my first clerical job once I graduated from Spartanburg Tech. She was offered a job. She didn't want the job. She told the gentleman about me. All I had to do was call him. I went to visit her.
That is my friend Trudy Smith. We both attended Spartanburg Tech. I was offered a job. Her and I had a lot of classes together. I was offered a job, and I'm not the type of person going to take a job that I don't really want because I don't play with people's time. I don't want anybody playing with my time. So I told him about her, and I was like, we're graduating in a couple of days, and she's going to need a job, you know what I mean? Because we both was looking for a job, but I didn't want to play with somebody. And then the thing is, I had my own nail spa. So I didn't want to take a job and then quit it because I know myself. So I knew someone that really needed a job, and I told him about her, and he was like, well, send her in and I'll give her the job, but she needs to know how to do the work, and she knows how to do the work because we were graduating, so that tells you something. So I made sure she got the job because if the job was mine, he was giving me the job, but I didn't want it. I didn't want to waste his time because his time is valuable. I don't believe in wasting people's time. So that is a snippet from... I filmed my own documentary to my book, The Purple Cinderella. Let me show you my book right quick. Well, this is my book, The Purple Cinderella, you guys. It is available in ebook and paperback. And the video I just showed you is a snippet of my friend Trudy speaking in my documentary that I filmed myself. Yes. So this is my book. So if you want to support me and purchase my book, it's available in ebook and paperback. Also, here's my magazine. This is my summer issue of Queen Magazine. If you have not purchased it yet, the link is in my description down below. You can purchase Queen Magazine summer issue. My book link is in there as well for Amazon. You can purchase my autobiography, The Purple Cinderella, Surviving Multiple Childhood, RAPISTS. Get you this book. You won't regret it. Share it with someone because it could help someone else as well. You may not have experienced some of the things that I have experienced and I wrote about in my book, but we all deserve the love of God, and prayer is the answer. So get my book and share it with someone, because everybody knows someone that has experienced different types of abuse, from RAPE to physical, mental, emotional abuse. I experienced it all. I wrote about it in my book. The book is about my healing process. So again, it's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. You all pray for the Nolan Wells family. Elmore and Christine, his parents, are really grieving, and they need all the support and love and prayers they can get. I love you guys. I will see you when. I will see you Monday. Pray for me as well. I'm praying for you. I love you guys. Thank you, Alan.